Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dane, Crypto Blast here, and then we got Byron on the other side here with the headset. And we are here today to present to you a pretty kick-ass thing that we are really excited about to show you. It is a kind of revolutionary thing in the DeFi space that is fully functional right now. We're just finishing up some touches as far as the graphics and the finishing, little details here. So we want our new dev here, Anthony, who's come onto the project with us at SuperSHIBA, to sort of give us a breakdown of what this is. And we're going to kind of talk in simple terms as if we weren't crypto nerds, so that everyone here that's listening can understand this in sort of layman's terms. So Byron and I will be here just picking Anthony's brain as he goes through the demo for this product. And I think you guys are going to be pretty impressed with what you see here. But again, we're going to try to explain it in the clearest way possible so that you know what you're looking at and you know what's coming this week. So Anthony, without further ado, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit and what this is? And we'll let you take it away.
Of course. Thank you, Dane. So it's Anthony here. I'm the DEX developer, and I'm going to be showing you all the SuperShiba exchange, which, as he mentioned, is functional and will be released very soon. We're just waiting to undergo an audit, and we're adding a few finer details so that we can integrate SuperShiba in a more beneficial way so that the holders of SuperShiba are going to benefit immensely from this exchange. So at first sight, you can see we've got a really nice layout. Once the farming and staking resumes, you'll be able to see sort of the stats here, how much you're earning, how much there is to harvest, which is essentially how many treats, which is the token that this exchange is powered by, you're going to have from staking your SuperShiba. I mentioned earlier to Dane how the richer you are in SuperShiba, the richer you're going to be in treats and the more benefits you'll be able to reap from the exchange as the exchange grows. And I'll tell you more on that later when it comes to farms and pooling. We've got a nice announcement bit here, and we're going to make our own Twitter so that we can announce sort of gems that have been audited, KYC, that are being put on the exchange. So you will have the first opportunity to trade these moonshot gems on this exchange. And I think this is just going to set the new standard for exchanges, and us being the first, it's amazing to be a part of it. So Treats has the total supply of 50 million. And as mentioned, we're having a pre-sale for that soon. And we've got farming, pooling, and of course, we've got the exchange as well. So if we go on over to the exchange, yeah, so this is the exchange page. This is the swapping. It's fully functional. We just have to add a lot more tokens. For example, right now, we've only got Treats. And of course, today we're going to add SuperShiba, and we're going to work on more graphics integration. And we're going to choose sort of a shared graphics theme that we can use for the website, SuperShiba, and the exchange itself. So this is a fully functional swapping exchange. And of course, the important thing about this is that all tokens are going to be audited, safe. So anything you invest in is, it's a solid investment. It's not going to get rug pulled, and there's fair distribution and non-malicious code. You'll be able to add liquidity if you want to, but I think the priority there is going to be adding liquidity through farms. So farms is really important for us because you can stake liquidity, which is going to not only increase the price of SuperShiba, but sort of help stability, because by staking liquidity, anyone who wants to sell is going to have less of a price impact on the price. And what this means is that, as I mentioned earlier to Dane and Byron when we were just talking out before the call, there's a little bit of volatility going on right now. Of course, there is going to be in any sort of tokenomics moonshot gem. But with this farming, where people are earning treats and they're making an income from staking liquidity for SuperShiba, the more SuperShiba you have, the more treats you're going to make, and it's going to be more and more beneficial to SuperShiba. So as this exchange grows, so does the SuperShiba token. And that's why it's just huge for the holders of SuperShiba. Of course, similar to the exchange, only audited tokens are going to have farms on here. Then we go on over to pools. And pools, you just stake your tokens and you essentially lock them for a period of time to earn an amount of treats. So there's an APR, which is the average percentage return, and you'll earn an amount of treats, and all these statistics will be shown on launch. And of course, we're going to start with a SuperShiba staking where you can earn treats. This is possible because treats are minted at a rate of 25 a block. For any of you people who know mathematics/technicals behind exchanges, if you don't, it basically means we can keep supplying you with treats, and these treats are still going to have value because it's a fair rate of minting per block. So the benefits, they're never going to stop. As this exchange grows, so do the benefits. And by getting in with SuperSHIBA now, like you are so early to something amazing, because once we launch this and people are using the product, it's just the start and the beginning of what we describe as sort of the Binance of decentralized exchanges.
Yeah, guys, just think about that statement for a second. The Binance of DeFi. You know, when you join a product or join a project rather, what do? You go in there and you dig through the files, you dig through the tokenomics, you dig through the PooCoin, and then you go into the Binance Smart Chain and you look at the whale sizes and you look at all these different transactions to decipher whether it's a safe thing. But even if you do that, you still don't know. And then if you go, if you're developing a project, what do? You go and you ask, when's CoinGecko, when's CoinMarketCap, when's all these different listing services? Well, now people are going to ask, when's SuperSHIB? Because when people get listed on SuperSHIB, they get audited, they get vetted, so that anything that comes on there is a safe investment. So people that are developing projects in the thousands per day lately, it seems like, on Binance Smart Chain alone, are going to be looking to get their token, some eyes on it. And so what better way to go through a listing service like us to get listed on an exchange where there's farming, staking, liquidity pools, all these great things, and basically just add credibility to their name. So essentially what we are is, like Anthony said, we're trying to become the Binance of DeFi. We're trying to become a real listing service here that people want to gravitate towards to add legitimacy to their product. So yeah, this is amazing. What do you think, Byron? Isn't this crazy?
Oh, I'm blown away. It's really quite amazing, and there's so much potential here. Just wanted to ask as well, Anthony. Obviously, if I'm coming in here as someone, I'm a SuperSHIBA holder. How can I get involved? How can I become part of Treats? How can I? Where do I go to the pools? Do I go to the farms? Where do I sort of put my SuperSHIBA in to reap these benefits?
Upon launch, if you have some BNB, we highly recommend a farm, because that's going to be super lucrative to get some treats. And as mentioned, the more SuperSHIBA you have, the more treats you're going to be able to get in farms and pooling, because of course the APY is based on how much you stake and how much you put. Now, I truly believe that the SuperSHIBA community is going to come through and supply enormous amounts of liquidity for the exchange and stake huge amounts in the actual pools, and that is just going to skyrocket the price from launch. Another thing that's going to cause this skyrocket is just the fact that this isn't vaporware. This is something that has been launched, that is ready, that is being audited. And I've mentioned this a few times. I just think it's an absolute pleasure to work on a team that makes things happen, and they're going to continue to make things happen. But on that point, I think that there's going to be a lot of people who only use SuperSHIBA Swap, and those people are going to be watching this Twitter, waiting for the next announcement on what token is going to be put in SuperSHIBA. And the moment it is, they're going to get onto this exchange part and they are going to swap their BNB for that token, knowing that their BNB is safe and a good investment. We'll have links to the communities for every token listed on the exchange. It's like a positively safe community exchange all in one. And I just think it's amazing. We've also got a lottery, which in itself is super beneficial, because right now PancakeSwap's lottery isn't actually working. So we're going to be providing an exchange with a lottery, which my Wi-Fi is taking a while to load, but we're going to be providing an exchange for a lottery with a lottery while there isn't one at the moment, which again is going to be, I don't know why that's not loading. There we go. So here you can see the lottery, and you buy tickets with treats, which is an incentive to buy treats in itself. And by the way, there are a lot of incentives to buy treats as well as SuperSHIBA. I mean, think Shiba Inu and Leash. I think that's the best comparison. But
yes, Shiba Leash, you got ETH gas, you got BNB cake. For anyone wondering why we need this token, we are in a big token already with SuperSHIB that is doing a lot of things for us, rewarding the holders, rewarding the liquidity pool, amongst others. So, this requires a utility token, and that's exactly what this is. Treats is a utility token that powers our safe DEX, and it is essential to have that utility token. Otherwise, we would have to completely rewrite the tokenomics for what we're in now with SuperSHIB. And as you guys know, our ownership is renounced, because we want to make sure the owner, is transparent. So it's renounced, and so we can't do that. So we must have another token. And what Anthony is basically showing you here is how these tokens sort of work in harmony with one another to benefit holders of either or of both. So I'll let you continue, Anthony, but I just wanted to make a point of that.
Yeah, of course, it's a great point. I think everyone should definitely have a bag of both, and it's going to be super beneficial to hold a lot of SuperShiba. And sort of if you're watching this video right now, time is of the essence, because soon SuperShiba is going to be pricey per token, and you're going to regret that you weren't holding more. I know I'm definitely going to stock up as well. But this lottery, just a note on that, we're definitely going to push it forward a bit. It was that, like, you know, we just wrote 15th of June for reference, but we can launch it anytime. We just need to dedicate a day to launching the actual lottery. And then people will be able to buy tickets using treats. And that will also, you know, people aren't always going to win the lottery. For example, what if no one matches the winning numbers? And in that scenario, we can burn the token, which gives us a really nice sort of way of burning tokens.
And it's 50 million tokens, Anthony. And then,
yeah,
real quickly, what is the lottery? Like, real quickly, what is that for someone that doesn't know?
All right, so in the lottery, it's a fun sort of implemented feature of the exchange where you're going to be able to buy a lottery ticket, and that's going to give you these numbers, 4 numbers, a ticket with 4 numbers. You can buy as many tickets as you want. If you want, you could buy 100 and try to be mathematical about the best odds of winning, or you can just try your luck and buy 1. Then there's going to be a random 4 numbers. And depending on the numbers matched, you'll win a percentage of the prize pot, and then there'll be a percentage that is burnt. So this is a fun way to win an insane amount of treats if you get lucky. And it won't cost too much for a lottery ticket. Like on PancakeSwap, they had a problem a few weeks ago where tickets were costing upwards of $400. Well, for this, we're going to make sure that the tickets are affordable, so anyone can have a fun try at the lottery once we launch the lottery subsequently. But yeah, when we launch this week, I think the main things to look out for is what's going to be on the exchange. We might be onboarding a couple more tokens than just treats and SuperShiba, so you might want to watch out for that as well. We're going to have the pre-sale of treats itself, which will raise liquidity not only for the exchange but for SuperShiba, which we're going to lock away, and that as well is going to affect the price. Like, there's just a lot going on in the next week that is going to propel SuperShiba to, as it said on the website, not just the moon but to all moons. And yeah, I'm really
it's wild what Anthony's saying here and how this is coming to fruition. We've got the team, we've got the fundamentals now, and we've got an all-star dev and Anthony helping us to do this. So it's just, you know, you guys are a part of something very special here, something very unique. And it's just, you know, to me, it's just amazing what Anthony's showing us here when you realize the scope of it all. But yeah, Byron, is there anything else you want to add before we sort of close this up? I just want to say one more thing before you do that. Anthony just said that when the pre-sale launches, and we'll have much more details for you guys on that, that he's going to be allocating liquidity to SuperShiba's liquidity pool. And it's not just going to be a small amount either, guys. We're talking a serious amount of liquidity that's going to be going from that pre-sale into SuperShiba's liquidity pool. And anyone that's serious about investing knows how important that liquidity pool is to bulletproof the price once it gets up high, and to essentially bulletproof us from big dumps. So we really appreciate, you know, what Anthony's doing, for giving us that chance to get bigger liquidity, because that just gives validity to all the big guys that are going to be looking at us. I'm talking the big whales that want to splash in here. Like, we might have some whales in here now as SuperShiba, but we haven't seen anything when it comes to the guys that are going to come splashing in this project when they see what we're doing here with Anthony. Byron, did you have anything you wanted to add? I'll just shut up now.
No, thanks for that, Dane. And wow, Anthony, like, so much to take in. I really want to emphasize some things that maybe slipped by a few people. So you mentioned with lottery, there's a percentage of those lottery tokens that are burnt. You think about tokenomics, you're burning coins, you're burning tokens every lottery. You're actually, you know, decreasing the circulating supply. You're going to push that price up. Other things as well, you know, listing fees we're talking about. You know, that's going to be, again, money that's coming into treats and SuperShiba. So you think about in terms of utility as investors, this is actually becoming a profitable investment for you. Like, it's actually, there's a function here, and we are charging for this service. And who is reaping the benefits of that for the platform? It's you as investors in this. And being here this early on, Dane was mentioning about whales coming in. At this stage, when we're this small community we are, and we can get to this size, this Binance of DeFi, you guys could potentially be whales with your bags right now. You know, so just load up more if you can. If you have the BNB available, take out some from other tokens, because, you know, right now, this is the time to become a whale for the future.
100%, guys. Everyone here that's listening to this video is early as hell. We are just now launching our product. you guys are basically getting into Binance when it launched. That's how early you are. We're gonna become, as Anthony said, one more time, just wrap your head around this when you leave this video. We're trying to become the Binance of DeFi. We want to become the main premier listing service on this DeFi platform that we're on, a Binance Smart Chain, to prevent people from getting rug pulled and to give them a safe place to go to invest their money so that they feel good about it. And we got some big things coming that we haven't told you guys about with this product still that you don't know about. So we just want to leave you with that and thank Anthony for doing such a great job building this product, and also thank the team that we have for creating the community that we have in place already that's ready to take this thing to the moon. Is there any closing thoughts you have, Anthony, or do you want to just kind of get into that later?
Well, sure. I mean, if anybody has any questions about the exchange, they can email me at supershibadex@gmail.com. They can message my Telegram, SuperShibaDev. You know, I'm on my phone a lot and I'll answer it as soon as possible. Of course, the whole team's always pretty busy, but if you have any questions about the exchange, about how we made sure that the tokens that are on the exchange trading are safe, I mean, for example, we can show you a warning message that we put in. So, I mean, we haven't even added the liquidity for treats yet, so it'll come up here. So it says, warning, this pool does not exist, because people, unlike PancakeSwap, they can add pools till we verify them, till they're fully audited. And this is just the layers of security that I can show you on the surface, because this is truly going to be a safe exchange. And, you know, we've got it. All we need to do now is change a couple of the graphics, have the pre-sale for treats, and it's going to be live. And just the thought of that is crazy. We are going to have a live exchange within a week. And man, imagine all the Reddit posts with the exchange link. You go to the link thinking it's a website and it's an exchange. I'd be taken away.
Exactly. And this is a serious DApp, guys. This is not just like some script kiddie thing that we got off Dex Tools or some premium site. This is something that he's created and worked very hard on. And you guys are going to see that come into fruition later this week after we iron out the last few details. And I think you guys should just really get excited and start promoting this. And if you're thinking about upping your bags, as they said, now's the time to do it, guys. Seriously, now's the time to do it. We've got a very committed community that wants to take this to the moon. We're thinking billion-dollar projects. We're thinking tier 1 exchange listings. So stick around, and hopefully you do that, and you're part of something special here as this unfolds. All right, guys, let's wrap it up here. Any closing thoughts, Byron, Anthony?
That's all from me.
That's all from me. You've said what we need to say.
See you guys.